Entering day 4 of our coverage as our defendant, Mariah Ross takes the stand today in this landmark trial. Ross, publicly known as the Mother of Downtown, has been charged with the premeditated first-degree murder of Wilson Fisk, Hillsborough County's Director of Community Affairs. Fisk's last public sighting was leaving the Ross household. Hours later, he was found dead at his home. An autopsy has revealed he was poisoned with Torquix rat attack containing brofenilin, fatal in small doses. Ross has pled not guilty to the charges, and her defense attorney maintains her innocence. With the general support of the public, the question remains, who is responsible? Reporting at the courthouse, Amanda Lopez, OCTV.
All rise.
So tell me, Miss Ross, how did you spend the 15th of September last year?
I had a Pilates class in the morning and then a meeting in the afternoon with Mr. Fisk.
Any plans for the evening that you can recall?
I had a blind date at 5, but he stood me up, so I went home.
What time was your meeting with Mr. Fisk?
Roughly 1 o'clock. Lasted for about an hour or two.
And then he went home after that meeting?
Correct.
And you didn't see him again for the rest of the day or the evening?
No.
Miss Ross, are you aware that your apartment and where you live falls right in the middle of the Cosmos Gang's territory?
Where it's not a safe place to live.
And do you live alone?
Yes.
And how does that make you feel, knowing that living alone at any time a gang member or someone with a weapon can come up to your home or on the street?
Objection, leading.
Sustained. I'll rephrase the question. How safe do you feel in your neighborhood?
If I'm being honest, feels really unsafe. It feels scary. So I know a lot of the other tenants feel similar. Feels like it's unsafe to leave my house most nights. Families, the teens in the complex always have to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't get mixed up with local gangs. It's really scary. A lot of my clients have had run-ins with the really dangerous people.
Have you personally ever had any type of run-in or engagement with a gang member?
Only once, when I first moved there. I didn't know about the safer hours or wherever the territories were. I was walking back to my place that night, and that man on the street threatened me with a knife.
I am very sorry to bring that up, and thank you for sharing. Would it be safe to assume that Mr. Fisk, his first time in this neighborhood, could not be aware of these unspoken rules or these safe areas of where to avoid?
I don't see why he would have any business doing something like that.
So you've described the neighborhood, dangerous and as it is. Why do you stay there? Just why?
Because someone needs to. Someone needs to be there. Someone needs to be there to help the community. And that's what I do, providing legal counsel to the community to help. That's all I want to do. Help.
Thank you very much, Miss Ross. Your Honor, no further questions.
Miss Ross, can you walk me through your day again?
Objection. Relevance?
Overruled. Answer the question, Miss Ross.
I had a Pilates class in the morning, a meeting in the afternoon with Mr. Fisk, and a blind date.
Tell me more about your meeting. How did it go?
I don't recall.
You have no clue how the meeting went.
Have a lot of meetings. I assume it went smoothly.
You assume or you know? I mean, you seemed fairly confident in your judge of character a moment ago.
I'm sure we spoke about work.
You spoke on your work before briefly. Do you mind elaborating on the kind of work you do?
I'm a public outreach assistant. I help members of the community get legal counsel. I put them in contact with attorneys, and I meet with my clients regularly.
Miss Ross, can you identify the man in this photo?
I believe that's Mr. Fisk.
You believe or you know?
It's Mr. Fisk.
Miss Ross, are you aware Mr. Fisk had recently been appointed to position Director of Community Affairs for Hillsborough County?
Yes.
And were you aware that he was directly responsible for your occupation? That he had vocalized plans to shut down your department?
Yes, I was aware of that.
So is there any chance that could have something to do with what you were discussing?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
Ask the question another way, Miss Watts.
You're aware Mr. Fisk wasn't in any kind of legal trouble. What would you be meeting for if not for that?
I asked to meet to get to know him better.
So you do recall. I find that interesting. Tell me more about your meeting. How did it end?
We agreed to disagree.
The toxicology report from forensics shows Mr. Fisk died roughly 6 hours after your meeting. He died at home before his wife returned to make dinner. Did you happen to offer him anything during your meeting?
Likely a water, but I don't know that he took me up on it.
Miss Ross, how often do you go on dates?
Not that often. I'm sort of married to my work.
Quite literally, from what I understand, I'm aware your ex-husband was an attorney. Do you typically date in your work field?
Objection, Your Honor, completely inappropriate questioning. Argumentative.
Sustained. Move on, Watts.
No further questions.
Your Honor, we would like to request a recess.
Fine. Be at recess until 10 past the hour.
Nice job in there, keeping the tension. Not quite sure about that last question, but I am looking forward to who you call for your next witness.
I was taught here.
See you back in there.
So I'm curious, was that last question to make her look untrustworthy, or do you think we should actually start looking for a blind date? Gina. Gina. Look at me. You've got to get out of your head. Look, I know there's a lot riding on this case for you, but you've done this before. You need to get your head on straight and focus. Look, I get it. Lawson can be intimidating. I mean, it's one thing to be a good lawyer, but to be civil outside the courtroom too, frankly, it's obnoxious. But he's not as scary as he seems. What? What is it? Nothing, just a thought. No more thoughts. Okay, I need Gina Watts on Earth in this courtroom, okay? Yes, you're right. Any new evidence you'd like to throw in? As a matter of fact, forensics backs me this. I dog-eared some things you might find interesting. Thanks, Lisa. Anytime.
Attorney Watts, call your next witness.
I'd like to call Attorney Lawson to the stand.
Did you do that?
Are you positive you meant to call Attorney Lawson?
Yes, I did.
Will both attorneys approach the bench?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. What's this about?
Miss Watts, you're aware that calling Lawson into examinations not only disqualifies him as Miss Ross's representative, but requires a reasonable motive to be passed as a motion?
I'm aware, Your Honor. This was not a decision made in haste nor confusion.
I'm very confused, Your Honor.
Does the motion pass?
It's unprecedented, but I will allow it. Short leash, Watts. Make your point quickly.
Lawson.
Watts.
How long have you been a lawyer?
12 years.
And how many cases would you say you've covered?
I don't keep a record of it myself. I'm sure that there's a record out there, probably close to 300.
Miss Ross works for a public outreach program. Does that outreach program work with your firm?
Yes, however...
So would it be safe to assume that you've met Miss Ross before she ever became your client?
I'm sorry, but I'm failing to see the relevancy in any of this.
Lawson, I asked you a question.
Your Honor.
Might I remind you, Lawson, that you are not a counselor at this time. you abide by the same rules as any other witness.
Mr. Lawson, you feel I'm being unfair to you, correct? I'm sorry that you feel so strongly about this, but I feel, in fact I know, that it's of the court's best interest to understand this case in its entirety. So from now on, I'll be asking you to answer true or false. Do we understand one another?
I'm afraid that we do.
Great. One of the first things you learn in law school is the rule of law. True or false?
True.
And one might reference that rule of law in terms of equality and accountability, and ensures that no one is above the law. True or false?
True. Is there a point in any point in my future here, Watts?
Yes, Mr. Lawson. This courtroom operates by the same rules that you do, that no one is above the law and that all are treated equally under it. So the point I'm making, in case it's unclear, is why being an advocate of that same law makes you feel as though you're an exception to it.
You're making
Now, I'd like you to answer my question from before. Have you met or spoken privately with Miss Ross before she ever became your client?
We might have bumped into each other once or twice. That's not a revelation.
You're right, it isn't. Mr. Lawson, if you were in trouble, who would you turn to?
Excuse me?
You're being called impromptu to your own defense case. I'd say matters are pretty dire. If you had the chance to call someone, who would it be? A parent, a friend, a romantic partner?
I guess. I'm really not a fan of hypotheticals, Watts.
I'd like to present the phone records from Miss Ross. There are a few calls from the date of the murder in question. There are no calls past the time of 1 o'clock when Miss Ross claims to be in the meeting.
I fail to see why the calls before the meeting would have any relevance to right now.
Among the calls she made that morning, I'm wondering why one goes out to your firm, Mr. Lawson. This call was placed half an hour before the suggested meeting time with Mr. Fisk, time when we have a confirmed sighting from a previous witness of Mr. Wilson Fisk alive.
We work in the same area, in the same career field. We're colleagues.
So what would be so important to talk about that we've established wasn't about legal representation?
She had a question about a case. I don't remember.
Interesting. Seems there's a lot of that going on. The 15th of September this year. What do you recall about that day?
Objection.
Miss Watts, please, I'm failing to see what this does for your case.
No, Your Honor. It's okay. I'll go ahead and I'll answer it, and maybe she'll see just how wrong she was. I was with clients all day, from 9 to 5, in my office, nothing out of the ordinary.
I see. Mr. Lawson, is there any reason why we'd find your fingerprints in Miss Ross's residence?
No. We might have met over there a couple times, but that was it.
So there would be no reason to find your fingerprints in her bedroom?
That is out of line, Watts. You do not get to bring my personal life into this case when it has nothing to do with it right now.
Order! Mr. Lawson, sit down!
Lawson, forensics didn't find any of your fingerprints in Miss Ross's bedroom. They haven't had any reason to look, but I'm guessing they might have reason to look now. You mentioned you met with Miss Ross before, many times, isn't that right?
No,
You work in the same county, the same field. You have similar views. It makes sense that you get along. You began to see each other as someone you could rely on.
All right, now listen
She
here.
called you before the meeting with Fisk, didn't you? He was shutting her department down. This meeting was a last-ditch effort to sort the situation out. She told you about it. You motivated her to do something, didn't you?
Judge, I'm done with this. I'm done with this.
I'd like to present deleted call logs recovered from digital forensics from Miss Mariah's phone. They detail 2 or 3 calls after the meeting with Mr. Fisk.
Those were work-related. Are you serious right now? What are you trying to imply?
You claim those calls were work-related. What business would she have calling a lawyer if there wasn't something that had gone horribly wrong? And if they weren't work-related, why would she call you if you weren't someone she thought she could trust?
I told her to stand up for herself. I didn't think she... Hold on a second now. You don't understand.
Then help me. Because from what it looks like, she killed Fisk and called you knowing you'd be able to fix it.
His death means nothing if she goes to jail. Every day, good people are locked up and put away over nuance and crooked laws. Me, I have defended some of the most twisted and evil people that are out there walking. and they're walking free because a group of strangers believed my story over everything else. I have to deal with the fact that they are out there walking right now. All of this is nothing more than a puppet show that we put on to make sure that there is a feeling or a visual of justice being done. At the end of the day, this is nothing more than a pay-to-win game. Truth has nothing to do with that. They know it, and you know it, Watts.
You've been cutting corners for years, haven't you, Lawson? Miss Ross has a meeting with a man the public recognizes as a tyrant. He threatens to put her out of business. It's a good business that helps people, but one that he'll never understand the need for. So she concludes, as many do, that the issue is past the talking stage, that nothing she can say or do will take him out of it. So she kills him, and she calls you, not knowing who else to turn to because you've helped so many other good people. Did I miss anything?
You don't understand. She told me she didn't mean. Order! She's a good person. I hope you know what this means and what you've just done, Watts.
Your actions decided this, Lawson, not mine.